welcome. My name is Stephanie. I'm the yoga teacher at North Edinburgh Arts. You may have met me, I may have met you. I've heard a lot about you spring chickens. Lynn, your lovely community development worker, has asked me to make this wee film for you about how we can look after ourselves, especially during this time. And yoga is one of the most important ways that we can take good care of our well-being. So I'm going to just show you some of the things that you might like to gather before we begin. So once I've shown you all these things, you can put the film on pause, go and collect them, and then when you're ready, start the film and we'll begin together. So obviously the first thing you need is a chair. Now, if you've got a hard chair, that's great. If not, if you've just got one of your cozy, comfy chairs, that's fine. You might like to have a cushion underneath you, or a book, or I use a yoga block, but I don't expect everyone's got them in their houses. So a book would be just fine. So, you need your chair. If you're in a comfy chair, you might need a cushion to sit on. Also, one of the things that you might like to do is get a belt. Now, a dressing gown belt is a really good thing to have. This is because later on, when we come to do some leg stretches, you can just hook that around the arch of your foot, so it's a wee bit extra support. You see? So go and get your dressing gown belt. The other thing that you might like to do is get a tennis ball, because I'm going to show you how you can do some really lovely, gentle massage for yourselves, just to get rid of some of the tension that we have. The other thing you might like is to get a wee cup of water. I've got my juice bottle here. And then again, the most important thing is at the end of class, we always do a relaxation. And when we do a relaxation, sometimes it's nice to have a wee cozy rug just to wrap around us to stay snug while we do relaxation. So, if you'd like to just pause the film now, and then we can begin. So, did you manage to find all the things? If you don't worry, because you've got this film now, you can use it whenever you like, and each time you can perhaps gather one more thing. So, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is just sit right back in your chair. Alright? Now, make sure that we're in good alignment, that our knees are coming straight out from our hips, so that we're not putting any pressure on the hip joints or the knees, and that the ankles are directly under the knees. Now, I use a block under my feet because I'm such a shorty, I can't actually reach the floor. So I have to have a block under my feet. You may want to do the same, or you may want to just let your feet rest on the floor. But you're in nice alignment, and just relax. You may want to place one hand on top of the other, tip of the thumbs touching, and just relax for a moment and close your eyes. And the first thing we do in yoga is like a body scan, just to check out how we're feeling. So I'm going to talk you through this while you just gently close your eyes and think about how you're feeling today. So we're going to start with the toes. Just be aware of your toes and the balls of your feet and the arches of your feet, the tops of your feet and your heels and the pads of your heels and your ankles, and then all the way up from your ankles to your knees, the whole of your lower legs. How are they feeling? Calf muscles. We can hold tension here. Just be aware of it. And then bring your focus around your knees. So many of us have bits of problems with our knees. Let's just release and relax them a little as we sit here. Bring your focus to the back of your knees, the sides of your knees, and the front of your knees. And then think about your thighs, all around your thighs. Back of the thighs, sides of the thighs, front of the thighs. Just be aware of the whole of your thighs and see how they're feeling today. Remember to keep them in alignment. And now bring your focus to your pelvis. All around your pelvis and your hips, lower abdominals and upper abdominals. And as you do that, really root down through your sitting bones into your chair. Root down so that you're really stable and safe. Now, from here, bring your focus to your lower back, the back of your waist. When we're sitting in a natural alignment, there's always a gentle curve at the back of our waist. See if you can be aware of it now. And now come to the middle of your back. How's that feeling? Just bring your thoughts to the middle of your back. Just be aware of it. How's it feeling now? And then your shoulders. Are you releasing your shoulder blades down your back? And if you do this, it helps let go of tension. And it opens up the heart center and the throat center just a little more. Just check that your throat is released. Just check that the tongue is removed from the roof of the mouth, or you may just like to gently swallow, so your throat is released. And now, follow your collarbones out towards your shoulders, and bring your focus to your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. Now bring your attention to your wrists, back of the hands, fingers, thumbs, palms. Come back now to your throat. And let your focus travel around to the back of your neck. Keep it nicely lengthened without any strain. And then check that your jaw, your chin line is parallel with the floor and your eye sockets are soft and your forehead is soft and the crown of your head is soft. All through your yoga practice, try to keep your eye gaze soft so that we don't get tense headaches. Let's just stay gentle, taking good care of ourselves all the time. Now bring your focus to your breath. Bring your focus to the in-breath and the little pause and the exhale and the stillness. The inhale and the little pause and the exhale and the stillness. Just be aware of the cool air coming in on the inhale and the warm air travelling out on the exhale. Be aware of your breath. And then visualize your breath beginning at your tailbone and travelling all the way up your spine, up, vertebrae by vertebrae, disc by disc, all the way to your heart centre. And when it gets there, you begin the out-breath. And that out-breath travels along the rest of your spine, back of the head, and out through the crown of your head. This helps warm up our spines, activates our spines, bring a little life to our spines. Focus on your breath. And now, as you breathe in, see if you can gently lengthen your spine. And as you breathe out, try to maintain that lengthening. At the same time, you're rooting down through your sitting bones. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, try to maintain that lengthening. Wow. Now, very carefully, just drop your head forward very slightly, just lengthening the back of your neck. And just carefully and slowly blink. Blink your eyes to get used to the light once more. And bring your hands into what we call the traditional greeting, Namaste. And Namaste means I honor the learning in you. And that's what I'm doing. As I teach you these yoga postures, I'm honoring and thanking you for spending time with me and for your learning. So, let's just begin with a little shakeout, because one of the things that can happen all the time is that we get really tense, and that tension can stay in our hands and our feet, our arms and legs, our neck. We all know where tension can stay in the bodies. So, before we begin our yoga postures, let's just see if we can get rid of some of that tension. Let's just move the fingers and thumbs. Fingers and thumbs. Let's just move them. Yeah, that's good. Twiddle them a bit. Twiddle them a bit. Nice. Now, we're going to gently, very carefully, rotate the wrists. Are you still keeping your back lengthened? Let's hope so. If it's too much, take a wee relax. And then start again. We can gently rotate the wrists one way and then the other. Good. And then just shake. Shake the hands. Shake the hands. Get rid of the stress. Get rid of the stress. Shake the hands. Correct. And now see if you can include the forearms. Really shaking the forearms and the elbows and the upper arms. Not too vigorously, just to say, away with your stress. You're not staying in my body. All right. Now, making sure, you may want to just hold on to the sides of your chair for stability. Let's just lift our right leg off the floor, our right foot off the floor a little. And just gently rotate the ankle one way and then the other. Be conscious of what you're doing. Bring your focus to what you're doing. It's so easy to let our minds wander. Let's just stay with ourselves, with our lovely, lovely spring chickens. Okay? And then from there, just move from the knee a little. Just move from the knee. Just a little. That's great. Okay, and place the foot back down. Now let's go to the left. Rotating gently. One way. And then the other. Fantastic, good. Okay, and now we're swinging from the knee. I'm so looking forward to meeting you for real one day. I'm sure it won't be that long. Now, bringing the feet back down securely, really rooting down through the feet. Just bring the hands onto your thighs. Now, lifting the shoulders up carefully, rotate them back. And again, lifting the shoulders up, rotate them back. Now, if you have any neck concerns or neck issues, take very good care. You may want to try just one to begin with, and then the other. And then see how you get on. That's great. Good. Well done. Now, if you can, bring the fingertips up to the shoulders. Keep lengthening the torso along the sides of your torso as well as your back, and breathing in, lift your arms up, breathing out, releasing down. Isn't that good? Isn't that a lovely feeling? Can you feel all the tension falling away from the shoulders? Opening up the chest so we can breathe more deeply. That's so good. Now bring them forward just a little bit. One way and then the other. That's fantastic. Well done. And then you may want to just release the hands again. Now, I just wanted to run through something with you. If you have any neck concerns or neck issues, or if you have any problems with your shoulders, in the next posture that we're going to do, I'd like you to be very, very careful. And when I ask you to raise your hands, don't you do it if you have blood pressure concerns or if you have neck and shoulder issues. Just keep your fingertips here. But for those of you that feel okay to do this, just work with me. What we're going to do is, everyone can do this. Visualize we're lifting out of our waist, up, 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 and releasing the shoulders down. All right? And then bringing the hands forward, keeping the shoulders released down. Then we go again. Up, up, up. Releasing the shoulders down. And either, if you've got concerns with your neck or blood pressure, you're bringing your fingertips here, remember? Or, if it's absolutely safe, we're going to do a rotation and bring the hands down. So, spring chickens, how did you get on with that? Did you remember to breathe in as you lengthen? I hope so. You can practice this anyway. Now, the next thing we're going to do, this next asana, which is the yogic name for posture, so the next asana we're going to do is something called Tadasana, which means mountain posture. Now, if you think about the qualities of a mountain, it's really strong and it's very, very secure, and it's really there forever. All the qualities of a mountain, whatever happens, it's always there. It's always strong. So we're going to take those qualities into ourselves now. So, Tadasana, making sure that we're really rooting down through our feet into the floor. If you've got a book under your feet, then into the book, into the floor. Can you make sure your arches are lifted? Yeah? And if you can spread the toes out a wee bit, so you actually can feel the spaces between the toes. But don't grip with your toes. Let them just relax down. That's it. Good. Now, making sure again that we're in that great alignment. Knees over ankles. Knees coming straight out from the hips. Shoulders up and release down. And now we release the arms down by our sides. Yeah? Making sure, once again, the chin is parallel with the floor. The throat is released, so tongue away from the roof of the mouth. What we're going to do is breathe in, and as we breathe in, we lengthen the spine. And as we breathe out, we try to maintain that lengthening. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. And as we breathe out, try to maintain that lengthening. You're also lengthening along the sides of the torso, and the challenge is to maintain that lengthening as we breathe out. Let's try it twice more. Ready? Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, try to maintain that lengthening. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. And breathing out, try to maintain that lengthening. Gosh, it's tougher than it looks, isn't it? It's tougher than it looks. But when you're doing that, it's strengthening all the core muscles. And this is so important, because so much of the concerns we have with our backs is because our core muscles aren't strong enough. So anything where we're lengthening helps to do that. One of the other things you can do is always see if you can pull your tummy button in towards the inside of the spine. Now, I know that sounds a little silly, but actually, if you visualize it, it automatically engages your core, which strengthens everything and supports your spine. So if anyone has back issues, and gosh, I can tell you, I have back issues. If anyone has any back issues, then the greatest thing we can do to help support our backs is strengthening the core. So from here, we're now going to go into side stretches. So let's just once more release the shoulders down and see how that opens up the heart center once again. Now, side stretches. You may want to hold on to your chair just to check that you're safe as you do this. And first of all, once again, lengthening, engaging the core. You're going to start a gentle bend to the right. Hold on if you need to with the left hand and see if you can breathe. And as you do this, just feel all that wonderful stretching all alongside from your arm, that lovely stretch. Now, if it feels absolutely safe to you, you can bring your left fingertips to your shoulders, and then, if you're really feeling safe, keeping the back of the neck long, you can then lengthen that arm up and really have a wonderful stretch all that way. Staying safe all the time, rooting down through your feet, through the soles of your feet, really rooting down so you're safe. Breathing in, lengthen along that side. Oh, isn't that a lovely stretch? And breathing out, try to relax into the posture. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out, relax into the posture. Keep the shoulder blade down. Now, if you can, if it feels safe, carefully rotate that arm so the palm is facing away, and let the inside of the wrist lead as you bring your hand down so gently. You may want to release the shoulders once again. Now we're going to the other side. So once again, make sure you're rooting down through the feet, lengthening the spine. So you may want to hold on this side, see how you feel, and then carefully you're beginning to side bend to the left. Wow, you didn't know you could go so far, did you? There you are. Remember, keep the back of the neck long, and if it feels safe, fingertips to the shoulders. Only if it feels safe. And again, if you want to develop the posture, you can extend the arm above you, keeping the shoulder blade down. These little self-adjustments can make all the difference to our well-being. Can you imagine if you're hunching the shoulder up here, all the tension that's coming in around the neck? So, you're just releasing that shoulder blade down. Now, after the next in-breath, rotate at the shoulder. Let the inside of the wrist lead, and gently come back. Well done. And release the shoulders once again. Ah, the tension's beginning to flow away, I hope. So now we're going to go to something called Ardha Chandrasana. Ardha Chandrasana is a half moon posture, and it's quite lovely. You can either bring your hands in like this, and also you now bring the knees and the feet together. So big toe joints together, arches lifted, knees together, ankles together, and obviously thighs together. Now you still have to keep lengthening. If you want to, you can keep the hands just here. If you feel strong enough, this is a big stretch. So on the in-breath, carefully and slowly, lifting up out of the hips. Breathing out, release the shoulders down. Breathing in, lengthen and gently bend to the right. And enjoy that stretch. Go carefully, keep the core engaged, keep pulling the tummy button in, stay safe, stay equally balanced on both sitting bones. And then on the next in-breath, lengthen and come back and bring the arms down. Well done. We're going to go to the left now. Ready? Here we go. Breathing in, lifting out the hips, engaging the core, bringing the arms up, releasing the shoulders down. And now, breathing in, we go over to the left. A lovely stretch, half moon posture. The night skies at the moment are quite terrific, aren't they? I don't know if you've managed to see some of the stars. But last week there was a full moon. It's quite special. And then, on the next in-breath, lengthen once again, come back to centre, and you can bring the hands down, down, and release, release, and rest. So now we move on. For this, we need to come into the centre of the chair a little. Go carefully as you shuffle forward. You may need to now bring your book or your feet forward so that you've still got that lovely alignment, the ankles under the knees. So we're going to go into a gentle forward bend. Now, this is all about core work again. So let's make sure hands are safely on the thighs, or you can hold on to the sides of your chair. Either way, the shoulder blades are released down the spine so that you're engaging your core. So what are we going to do? Breathing in, lengthen the spine, and then from the top of your thighs, where the top of your thighs meet your hips, is where you're going to fold forward. You don't fold forward from the waist. So as I say, breathing in and then a gentle forward fold. Now, the more you pull your tummy button in, the more you'll be able to do this gentle fold. Don't go any more than about 30 degrees. Just take good care. Everyone, keep the back of the neck long, and remember, keep the eye gaze soft. 4 lovely breaths all along the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, lengthening the spine in the forward fold. Breathing out, come back and release. I hope that was okay. Yeah? I'll have to just say one thing before we go on to the next posture. Sometimes, because we use our breath so much in yoga, and it's wonderful because it's really developing the lung capacity, but sometimes if we haven't done this deeper breath work before, it can make us slightly dizzy. So please take good care. If in any way you think you're over-oxygenating or feeling slightly dizzy, please just take a wee break. Just take a wee break. That's absolutely fine. Everyone has to go at the pace that's best for them. Remember what I said at the beginning. Taking care of ourselves is the first concern in yoga. Alright, so now we move on to the back bend. So we're in the centre of our chair and we're bringing our hands onto our thighs or holding on to the sides, whatever's best for you. And remember to keep the back of the neck long. It's very easy in back bends to start crunching the neck. No, we're not doing that. We're taking good care. So breathing in, lengthen, and then just open up your heart centre. Lift your heart centre towards the sky. We're not really doing a back bend. Just by opening up the heart centre, that in itself is a slight back bend. And this is so good if anyone has any spinal concerns, this gentle back bend. And breathing in, lengthen once more, and come back. Let's do that again, all right? Let's just go over it, making sure that all the parts are in the right place, because this is quite an important one for taking good care of our spines. So just make sure the shoulder blades are falling down your back, that the back of the neck is long. As you breathe in, you're lengthening along the sides of your torso, engaging your core, breathing in, and just lift the heart centre, keeping the back of the neck long. And of course, the eye gaze soft. Rooting down through your feet, rooting down equally through the sitting bones. There's a lot to think about. And then, when you come on the next out breath, come back to centre. Good, well done. Now, so from here we're going to go into chair posture, Utkatasana. So you're going to bring your feet together, big toe joints together, knees together, come a little bit forward but stay safe on your chair. Now, chair is quite a lovely one. It's quite demanding, guys, so please take good care. We're bringing the hands back into the Namaste to begin with. Some of you may like to keep it there, or if you feel it's okay with your shoulders, you can come up and release the shoulder blades down, engaging the core. So with chair, what we're doing is imagining our body is the chair, okay? That's quite funny, a chair sitting in a chair, but there you go. Now, what we're going to do is breathe in, lengthen, and just fold forward with the knees together, big toe joints together, pulling the tummy button in, breathing in, lengthen, and breathing out, try to maintain that lengthening. If lifting the arms is too much, you can bring the hands down into Namaste. And just stay safe all the time. 4 long breaths. Think about pulling the tummy button in. Think about engaging your core muscles, your lower abdominals, your upper abdominals, lengthening along the sides of your torso, and then Breathing in, lift up and rotate, coming out of it, and release. My goodness me. Okay, so let's just take a wee rest before we go on to the next one. So from here, we're going to go into a spinal twist. It's so important to make sure that our spines stay quite elastic and that we can do things in every direction. So in yoga, we always do this. We try and lengthen, we do forward bends, backward bends, side bends, spinal twists. So we're coming on to the spinal twist now. This is a little bit demanding, so take good care. Make sure you're feeling really safe and strong in your chair. You're rooting down through your feet and that you've still got your good alignment. Okay, release the shoulders up and down. Now, we're going to take the right hand and hold stable onto the right hand side of the chair. The left hand we're going to take across onto the outside of the right thigh, lengthen. Now, making sure that you keep both sitting bones equally on the chair. You're releasing down into your sitting bones, you're bearing down into your sitting bones to keep stable as you then begin a spinal twist. Alright. Now, take care of your neck. Take care of your neck. If it feels okay for you, if you feel safe, you can take the right hand around the back of the chair and just slightly intensify that stretch, that twist. Stay safe. Keep the back of the neck long. And breathe to this gentle twist. And then, after 4 breaths, face the front. If the right hand's behind you, bring it back. Release the left hand and just release the shoulders. Wow. I expect you're absolutely longing to go to the other side now. So, holding on with the left hand, yeah, lengthening, taking the right hand over to the outside of the left thigh, engage the core, pulling the tummy button in, alright? And now we begin to twist. And lengthen. And once again, if it feels absolutely safe, you can take that arm around the back of the chair and breathe. Just breathe. And after 4 breaths, bring your face back to center. Release that back arm and come back and release the shoulders once more. Now from here, we're going to do lovely spinal flexing and curving. It's really nice, it's really good for the health of the spine. So this is called cat, Madrasan, cat. So we come to halfway through our chair, so you may want to bring your book or your block forward if your feet are on them or your feet are just straight onto the floor. You're coming so you're sitting halfway along your chair, still rooting down through your sitting bones. Shoulders released down. Now, what we're going to do is engage the core, pull the tummy button in and begin to round your back, like so. And then you're going to go the other way and lift the heart center up. Now, that doesn't look very difficult. The challenge is to do this with the lengthening along the sides of your torso and with the breath. So I'm going to talk you through it carefully. Perhaps you want to watch to begin with and then practice yourself later. So, making sure you're in good alignment. You breathe in, pull the tummy button right in, and visualize the breath beginning at the tailbone, traveling up to the heart center as you gently round your back. When the breath gets to the heart center, you breathe out all along the rest of the spine, visualizing the breath coming out of the top of the head. On the next in-breath, you imagine that your tailbone is going back Your heart center is coming up, the back of the neck is long. You're looking up gently, your eye gaze is so soft. And you're doing the same thing with the breath. Always activating the spine with the breath. All of these lovely yoga postures you can practice anywhere, anytime, as long as you remember how to stay safe. And when you've done about 4, both ways, just come back to neutral again and just see, how does your back feel now? I hope it feels better. I hope it's beginning to feel without any tension, and the stress that you may be experiencing, particularly now, is beginning to release a little. Excuse me. So now we're going into a very special posture called boat, and that's because we make our legs like a boat. Boat, there you are. Let's pick up these belts. I said at the beginning of the film that we were going to be using these belts. So now just get the belt and come to sit right back in your chair so that you're safe. But make sure that your knees are beyond the chair. Yeah? Make sure your knees are beyond the chair. So what you're going to do is take the belt and carefully wrap it around your right foot. And you're holding it in your right hand. Now, there's lots of things to think about with this. It looks so easy, but it's really quite demanding. The very first thing we're going to do is make sure we're rooting down through our sitting bones, lengthening our spine, shoulder blades releasing down our back. So you have to keep doing this all the time as you then bring the leg up. The leg is straight, but the knee stays soft. We're not forcing the knee at all. It stays soft, yeah? You're extending through your heel and you're just lifting carefully and lengthening. And just feel how good is that. And again, you can practice this anywhere as long as you remember all the points that are involved with taking good care. 4 breaths. Nice stretch all along the back of the leg. You probably can feel it slightly along your calf muscles. Keep extending through your heel. Keep pushing through your heel, toes up towards the ceiling. After 4 breaths, bring that leg down and release. It probably feels quite different from the other leg, yeah? So we'll do the other leg now. So now we wrap the belt around the left foot and we're holding on with our left hand now. Remember the alignment with the other leg. If you need a bit of stability, you can always hold on to the side of the chair. Shoulder blades releasing down, core engaged, lengthening the spine and lengthening the leg through the heel, knees soft. See if you can also, breathing in, lengthen the spine, breathing out, maintain that lengthening at the same time. So much to think about. As long as you're thinking about yourself, that's all that matters. That's the most important thing. Keep concentrating on the moment now. Keep concentrating on you, what you're doing, how you feel, how your body is, and how does that change as you practice your yoga. And while I've been talking to you, we've been doing that leg longer than this one. So now we're going to be really clever. Try this only if it feels safe. You're going to wrap the strap around both feet. Hold on with both hands. And then bring the feet together. Keep the knees soft. You're pushing through the heels, lengthening the spine, shoulder blades falling down the back, chin parallel with the floor, throat released, eyes soft. And breathe. Breathe. Breathe, well done. And release down. Does that remind you of skipping when we were children? Anyway, just let's rest for a moment and then we'll continue. Now, there's something I meant to say to you guys just before. talking earlier about the alignment, the natural alignment of the back. We talked about the gentle little curve at the back of your waist. If you're finding that when you're lengthening in your chair, that actually your back's getting a little bit tired, one of the things you can do is take your cushion, fold it in half, and just place it where the back of your waist is. And just feel how that supports you. Isn't that great? It's so good. So from here, we're actually going to try a standing posture. Now, the standing posture is still using the chair as a prop. And you only do the standing posture if you feel absolutely safe. We're going to, do you remember a few moments ago we did the mountain posture, the Tadasana, where we were strong. We could feel the strength of the mountain as we rooted down through our feet, releasing our shoulders, breathing in, lengthening our spine. You remember that? We're going to try that standing if you want. If you feel that you prefer to just do it again, sitting on your chair, then please do. I'm going to stand up to demonstrate. I'll just put my cushion back, so I'm going to need it again in a minute. Now, you can hold on to the back of your chair if you wish. I'm going to stand to the side because obviously I have to demonstrate for you. Making sure your big toe joints are together and you're lifting the arches of your feet if you can. And you're rooting down through your feet and feeling an equal balance between your toes and your balls of your feet and your heels. I'm going to just show you something. On the base of your feet, on the soles of your feet, is like a triangle from the big toe to the little toe to the centre of the heel. That's where the three arches of the feet meet. Now, by the three arches, I mean the arch over there, the arch along there, and the arch there. The three arches of the feet meet there, and that's how we maintain our balance. So if you're ever feeling a wee bit wobbly, the things to do is think about the triangles on the soles of your feet and root down through those triangles, and you'll see how strong. Feel the strength that you really have. Never be frightened. Always feel the strength. So, coming into the mountain posture, we bring the big toe joints together, as I said, ankles together, knees. Shoulders up, releasing down, heart center lifted, chin parallel with the floor, tongue released from the roof of the mouth, eye gaze soft. Hold on to the chair with one hand if you need, or both hands if you're behind the back of the chair. If you can stand freely, release the shoulders down and let your arms, your fingertips reach down towards the earth. Visualize the energy from your hips flowing down, down through your legs, down through your feet, rooting down into the earth, keeping you really strong. And the hips up, the energy rises up, up, up through your head towards the sky. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, try to maintain that lengthening. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, try to maintain the lengthening. Once more. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, try to maintain that lengthening. And release. Well done, everyone. You can just give yourselves a wee shake if you need. Shake it all out. Remember, we don't let any stress or tension stay in the body. In yoga, we say, we never let the tiredness stay in our bodies. We always shake it out. Now, back onto the chair. A little fun begins now. So now is the time, while you're settling down in your chair, also pick up your tennis ball. Okay? Now, if you don't have a tennis ball, don't worry at this point. I'm going to just put it down there while I demonstrate. If you don't have a tennis ball, don't worry. What you can do is curl your fingers and thumbs into one hand softly. There's no tension or force in that. And then using your knuckles, you can take them into the other hand and just rotate and feel how that hand, that top hand, begins to enjoy that gentle hand massage. One way, and you can do the other. So you can practice like that if you want. If you've got your tennis ball, you can pick it up. And what we're going to do is, starting at the palm, we roll up the inside of the arm. May feel a bit tickly to begin with, and then take it over the shoulder. I always drop it, so don't worry if you do. Coming back down, and it's gently working into all the muscles, particularly, these muscles under the arm, where again we can get all kinds of tension. If you can, work into that little bit where the arm meets the shoulder. You know that soft bit there? Go carefully, it's the top of the lung. So just be careful as you do it, and then take the tennis ball down the other way, all the way, and then come back, and then we're going to the other side. You'll probably find one side much easier to do than the other. All the way, around, 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 and then coming back up, back up. Remember to really go into the upper arm muscles where we can keep so much tension. And then again, bringing in here in this soft wee bit there, just gently, and then taking it out down the side. And again, you could be watching your favourite program and just be doing this at the same time, You don't have to just do one thing. You don't have to just do it in a class. You can do all these things yourself as long as you take good care. Now, how many times have we felt tension in our thighs, in our outer thighs? So this is a great one. You start at the hip and work down the outside of the thigh. Go carefully, around, you don't go onto the knee, you come up the centre of the thigh, and then out towards the hip. Doesn't that feel good? And then down again. Are you still keeping your spine lengthened? Yeah, good. And then back down. And again, you can practice all these. And now the other side is starting at the outside of the hip, coming down. Actually, I'm doing this quite quickly just to demonstrate. The slower you do this, probably the better. You can really work in, not too hard. You've got to take good care, guys. And then the other. Okay, now, one of the things you can also do is place the tennis ball under the arch of your foot and just give yourself a wee foot massage. Isn't that good? Doesn't that feel nice? Oh yeah. You can try that. Remember to do both sides, particularly if you've been doing a lot of standing. This is really nice. Really, really nice to release the tension. Good. Well done. And release. Now, from here, we're going to do a breath exercise. And in yoga, we call it pranayama. Prana means breath, and all the wonderful life force that is on every breath, replenishing us and renewing us, restoring us. And when we get a bit scared sometimes, and goodness me, there's been a lot of fear around over these last few months, the tension very often can be, and the tendency can very often be, to just breathe up here, like that. Gosh, and it's so sad, it really is. Because if we can learn to take abdominal breaths, and I'm sure so many of you have learned these in the past, if we can learn to take abdominal breaths, it helps bring the heartbeat down, it helps restore the nervous system, relax and release down as you do this. It makes the nervous system settle, and that's so important. It really is. So we're going to try abdominal breath. And again, if you haven't done any breath exercises before, because you'll be taking in a lot more oxygen, please go carefully, because it can make you slightly dizzy if you haven't done breath exercises before. If you have, then just be mindful, just observe your body, observe what's going on. Place your dominant hand on your abdominals. So your wee finger, your pinky, should probably be just above your tummy button, because you're going to be using your diaphragm for this breath. Shoulders release down, lengthening the spine, chin parallel with the floor. Breathing in, Your tummy comes out, pushing the hand away almost, breathing out. It comes back down. Breathing in and release down. Try and breathe just through the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. And see how calm this begins to make you feel. Whenever there's a bit of a shock or if there's a little upset or anything, abdominal breath is always a good way to support yourself. Just to make sure that you're absolutely safe and you're in charge of what's happening to you. And that's so important. Just work with the breath all the time. And then release. Close your eyes and let your breath settle to its normal way of being. Try to breathe through your nose, and in a minute we're going to begin relaxation. So, how did you get on with that abdominal breath? I hope it was okay. Remember, you can practice it any time. So, as I say, now we come on to the most important part of your yoga practice, the relaxation. When we do relaxation, it's the time when our bodies absorb the learning from our practice. So the relaxation is such an important part of your yoga practice. Do take your rug now, just to keep cozy, if you wish, and wrap it around yourself. Wrap it around yourself so you're in like a little snug bubble. Like so. However's best for you. And I'm going to take you through your relaxation process. And when it's time to end, I'm going to be chinging these little chimes. And that way, I'll bring you out of the relaxation so carefully, so the body isn't too disturbed, and you can keep the peace and the calm from what you're doing. So, hopefully by now, you have the rug around you, and you're sitting gently in your chair. You're sitting back in your chair, and you're going to begin the process of relaxing. So close your eyes. Close your eyes. And for a moment, focus on your breath. And then, once again, we're going to scan our bodies to see how we are now, and we can make a little comparison with how we were at the beginning of our practice. So, with your eyes closed, bring your focus now to your toes, the balls of your feet, the arches of your feet, the tops of your feet, the pads of your heels and your ankles. Let them relax, release, let go. And then your lower legs, from your ankles to your knees, calf muscles, shins, the little tendons that go down into your heels. Let them relax, release, and let go. And then your knees, all around your knees, back of your knees, sides of your knees, front of your knees, the little kneecaps, the patellas. Just release. Release and relax your knees. Relax your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. And now bring your focus to your thighs. All around your thighs. Back of the thighs, sides of the thighs, front of the thighs. Relax the whole of your thighs. Release, let go. And now, really rooting down through your sitting bones so that you can release and relax the whole of your legs, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, toes, all relaxing, all releasing, letting go. Bring your focus now to your pelvis. Be aware of the whole of your pelvis. Relax your pelvis. Relax your lower back and the middle back and your upper back and your shoulder blades. Release your shoulder blades down your back as you relax. Relax your abdomen, upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Release the whole of your torso. Relaxing, relaxing, letting go. And then your upper arms. Relax your upper arms. Keep your elbows soft, forearms soft. Relax the whole of your arms and your wrists. Back of the hands, fingers, thumbs, palms. Relax your arms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers and thumbs. Return now to your throat center and just check that your throat center is released and relaxed. All the skin on your face is soft. Your chin is parallel with the floor and the lips of your mouth barely touching. Your eye sockets soft. Temples and forehead relaxed. Crown of the head relaxed. Your whole body relaxes. Your whole body releases. Your whole body lets go. Release and relax. And as you do this, you may find that your mind might start to wander, when actually this is your time for relaxing. Keep your eyes gently closed and focused on your breath, so that no thoughts come to mind, no concerns, worries or ideas. Just release them and focus on breath, on the in-breath and the little pause and the exhale and the stillness. The in-breath and the little pause, the exhale and the stillness. Your whole body relaxes. And now, try to keep your eyes closed. Try to keep your eyes closed as you gently begin to activate your body once more. Carefully and slowly, begin to move your fingers and thumbs and your toes. All while gently keeping your eyes closed and focusing on your breath, whilst at the same time rotating your wrists, your ankles, and moving your fingers and toes. And then, gently, sit up a little and give your nose a wee twitch and shimmer your hips a bit. And just feel the breath travel through your body. Breathe into your whole body as you sit there. And now we're going to do a little stretch So stretch the legs out and bring your arms up as high as is safely for you. And take in an enormous breath. And with the out breath, bring the arms down and come back in. And just sit there for a moment. And then, rubbing your palms together, cover your eye sockets completely with the dark warmth of your palms. You can drop your head slightly to keep the back of the neck long, but don't strain. Blink your eyes into the dark warmth of your palms, open your fingers to let the light in, and bring your hands down into Namaste. Thank you, Spring Chickens. Thank you so much for spending time with me on this film. I hope you enjoy your yoga practice. I hope that it won't be long till we can meet together and perhaps you'll invite me to practice. If you have any questions about yoga, you can contact me. Lynn can give you my contact details. Please don't hesitate. Enjoy your yoga practice. And now we're going to say goodbye in our usual way, in the traditional way in yoga. We bow our head and we say